Good day. I'm back at it. I didn't stream yesterday, but I'm back at it, and you might be surprised because it's a different game. It is a different game, and it's by the previous creator of Apple. You remember Apple, of course, and it's made by Griffpatch, and it's in Scratch. I inserted the link in the description. So, so basically, our first goal is to get wood basically and create a house, not generate a house. So hilariously, um, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, that's actually pretty hilarious. But yeah, not. I mean, yeah. So what I wanted to say was this whole game is procedurally generated. I do procedural generation. I mean, I love procedural generation. It's a really good way to introduce dynamicness in the system of your game. But I never did it in Scratch. I'm going to admit. I don't use Scratch. So there's like a massive lake there. And I think F brings up the map. Yeah. So this shows all the areas we've explored. If it's in creative mode, it shows more. So there's like one lake and one giant cave per level. But the main thing is in the nights, you really have to be careful. I just want to show you like one of the nights. So I'll just do some nonsense for now. And what we want is to defeat a bunch of slimes. These things is called slimes. And the reason we want to do that is we want to get some gel. Gel is very useful for creating. How do I have 34 copper coins like already? Yeah, so gels are very useful. Gel is very useful for like creating torches. Torches are very important for lighting stuff up, and that's going to come about like a lot in caves. I don't know where are all the gels gone? I mean the slimes. There's no slimes left. Maybe there'll be some underneath the surface. Who knows? And you can get a lot of wood really early. I actually have a different save, which is actually very fun. So I've mined underwater in that save. So now I'll just create some torches with and now what we want to do is eventually create a workbench, because now we can just craft 5 things. Now once I craft this workbench, I'll just place it down. Now look, we can craft even more things. And once we get a furnace, we can craft an anvil. A furnace can craft more things than a workbench. And then with the furnace you can craft an anvil. And with an anvil you can craft even more stuff. Yeah. With an anvil you can craft hundreds and hundreds of items. Anvils are basically So I never thought I would ever like games like this where you mine and craft, like Minecraft. But this game is pretty fun. I've never played the original. No, wrong item. So now I've placed a couple of torches. And the annoying thing is you can't place down torches and vines. So you have to clear out like all the vines. And these things, these cobwebs, they slow you down tremendously. So so you have to get rid of them. Exploring caves can be very dangerous, and I'd rather build like a house first. But I just want to show you the nights and how horrible the nights are in this game. They truly are awful. Okay. There's a lot of cobwebs this time around. Okay. And now a lot of gels have started spawning. These blue ones have higher defense, but yeah, they have much higher defense. But there's also red ones, which have even higher defense, and you can break pots. Breaking pots is lovely. I mean, I suspect if I played Legend of Zelda, which I don't, but I would want to if I ever had a Nintendo console, breaking pots would be... Breaking pots is basically what you do in Legend of Zelda. Really beautiful. Wow, those are... Okay, we found ores. This reddish one is copper. This grayish one is iron. The music is really funky. Reminds me of that one Transcendental Etude by Liszt. So now we're going to mine in, and now we're getting a lot of iron. Iron is very useful because it's like better than copper, and you can make a lot of stuff with it. Then there's platinum. I mean, after iron, there's tungsten. Tungsten is also very great. And the ore for tungsten is very cool, good looking. I mean, it looks very cool, is what I'm saying. Wow, those slimes are dumb. Okay, I guess I'll just defeat them. It's really risky to go where you can't see anything. I need to get out of this place, yo. There. Got out of it to safer places. So caves can be very dangerous. And now I'm down to actually 1 heart, but the thing is, that doesn't really matter that much in this game, because unless you're facing a lot of enemies, you won't usually die because your hearts regenerate on their own. No health potions like Legend of Edgar. Cut these things in half. Brutal. Useless. So later you'll see just how useless this wooden sword is against fighting enemies, especially the night enemies. Fighting night enemies is horrid. But there's like a lot of tactics that you can use to gain the upper hand. Because you're a human. You have intelligence. Like actual intelligence. Okay, I found a lot of iron ore. That was always one thing I found very weird. Like, why is it pronounced iron? English is a weird language. That's the reason. And now we found copper ore. Okay, it's evening. Now what we want to do is, if I'm to show you why it's so horrid to be out in the nights, we need to be up on the surface because that's where all the nasty things are. You really do not want to be on the surface. You can take my word for that. And there's a very useful tool which I won't be using that much because I feel it's a bit of cheating, but you can actually reset instantaneously to your spawn location by pressing R and Y, and bam, I'm there. So evening starts and you really don't want to be out in the nights, but I'm just going to show you what happens if you are. Oh, just begin the night. I can actually fast forward and change the time, but I don't want to do that. How much iron ore? Yes, okay. Night has begun. I have a lot of iron ore and I have a bunch of copper ore too. Iron ore I find actually more common than copper ore, but but that's weird. So horror things are going to spawn now. Zombie-ish. See, see, these things do 30 in damage. And they can jump really high. In the previous save file, I built a trap, like a really ingenious trap. That could allow you to kill them very easily, but hopefully now you understand why you really need a safe house. Something aborted.